I'm really excited to introduce my wife. She's also the president of the PTO down at Green Acres Elementary, and they're working on getting a new playground. Please welcome Sheena Miles. Thanks for being
Hello.
here. How'd you get into the PTO?
So I have been involved in the PTO for about 5 years. It first started with me walking into a meeting when Ava was in first grade, naively expecting a whole gym full of parents ready to dig in and make a difference. And it was actually about five women sitting around a table. And so I was just inspired and felt like it was my duty to do what I could to help.
How'd the playground start?
So I served for 2 years on the board before I took over as president. And I mean, even before we started going to that school, the playgrounds in our neighborhood, obviously, we would take the kids over. And so the first time I went over there, I noticed that it was in desperate need of an upgrade. So when I took over that president position, I was just really passionate about creating lasting impact. We have a life skills unit at Green Acres that has 13 students, and all of those students are in the upper grades, which when we say upper, that's fourth through sixth grade. We do have a small inclusive playground on the kindergarten side that was donated by the Weber Foundation 10 years ago. But it's small, it's gated, it's over on the younger playground side. And so we just really felt like those kids are being even more isolated from their peers. And so that's kind of what inspired us to go with the all-inclusive route. We've also been working really closely with North Ogden City, and the south end of North Ogden is the fastest growing area of the city, and they really don't have the green space to support it. So we have full support of North Ogden City in not only benefiting the 500 students that attend Green Acres every day, but in creating this inclusive play space for the surrounding community.
So, do you know how much money you need?
Yeah, that has been another shocking discovery is how expensive playgrounds are. So over the last 3 years, material and labor costs have tripled, making this a very expensive project. So we're looking at about $700,000 to upgrade both sides. All of us were shocked at what the total cost would be. None of us were expecting that. I mean, when I went into it, I was thinking maybe $150,000. Together with the school, over the past 3 years, we have raised over $50,000 to go towards that. We're also in the process of applying for a ramp grant, which is an Ogden City grant. It's a matching grant. So in order to get the highest score possible on your grant application, they really like you to have at least 50% of your project in cash. We've got lots of in-kind donations. We've partnered with North Ogden City. They're donating over $30,000 to expand the footprint of our playground. We've partnered with Weber High for their quarters and cans fundraiser that they do every Christmas. They are going to give us a portion of their proceeds, which will be so helpful, and we're really excited about that. But we really need $150,000 more dollars by January, beginning of January, to position us for that ramp grant application. Weber School District is very limited in the ways that they can support us. They don't have money in the budget. So, but they are donating in kind. So they will be helping us in removing the sand, taking the existing equipment down, and then our plan, what we're hoping if we can get the money to support it, is to do turf on our inclusive side, which will make that fully accessible and ADA compliant, which is really important to us. So we'll start with the floor, and then just everything up will be new. Our plan is, it's a really cool park.
The district doesn't have any money for playgrounds?
The support that we're getting financially from the district is $5,000 from the Weber Foundation in the form of a grant. That is available for every school in the district to apply for. I believe it's every 2 years. So they have offered that if we want to apply for that $5,000 and put it toward this project, we can. That's the only financial support that the district is able to provide.
So I guess there's no taxpayer funding for playgrounds. Is that
No.
right?
No, it's my understanding that what the district provides as far as playgrounds is an initial install. Beyond that, they have no money to maintain the playgrounds. They have no money to replace them. They just don't prioritize that in their budget. They're stretched very thin. And a lot of that has to do with the new safety bill that has been passed by Congress 2 years ago. Congress?
Mm-hmm. State legislature?
State legislature, which is requiring all of these schools to meet these certain safety guidelines. And they've got deadlines on each of the different safety upgrades that they want them to have. So they have a deadline to become compliant. And the state, in passing that bill, only provided 50% of the funding. So the other 50% is put on districts to fill in that gap, and it's millions of dollars.
Okay. So any money districts might have had is going toward these safety upgrades.
Mm-hmm. Which I feel like is something as a community we want to maybe look at. How is the district spending their money, and could we prioritize it in different ways to make it go further?
What would you say to people who say material costs are high, money's all allocated already, let's just wait 5 years to upgrade the park?
I would say that based on the current condition of that park, if we wait 5 years, I'm not joking when I say I'm literally afraid of collapse and like children getting seriously hurt and lawsuits. It is not safe anymore if we just continue to let it deteriorate. So I think the time is now. We've been working so hard behind the scenes for the past 3 years. We're coming up against some of our really hard deadlines, and we want to make this happen. One of the other reasons we need to do it now is because we don't want to lose the funding and support that we already have. So if we don't push this project forward, it would be starting from ground zero again. So our goal is to get the money raised by January, apply for the ramp, which the max amount you can apply for is $199,999.99. So we're going to apply for the full matching. If we get those funds, that will put us really close. And our plan would be to tear down and install over the summer and do a grand opening and have it ready for the 2026 school year.
Do you have a final design then for the new thing?
We do. We have it pretty final. We'll probably have some final tweaks and changes, but we've been working hard behind the scenes. We're getting multiple bids in order to comply with the district guidelines. You've got to have at least 3 bids. But yes, our designs are pretty finalized with the ability to just tweak them and dial them in.
Is there a place people can find all that? Is that all on the Zephy?
You can email me at Green Acres PTO 1900@gmail.com. You can also find us on social media. The elementary school has a page, Green Acres Elementary. All of this will be posted there. QR codes that lead you to all of the different documents. And also the school website is a good place to go. Our task force document also will include everything that you need to know to get fully educated. What our goals are, what our renderings look like, the reasons why we're doing it, who it will benefit. We've got elevator speeches prepared, so you can it's a 30-second speech, so you can confidently approach anyone and talk about this. We would just love to have people jump on board, get behind us. And what we really need at this point, we've been working so hard behind the scenes. We have an executive committee. We have really influential people on that committee. We need boots on the ground. We need people in the community that are willing to get behind us, give us their voice and their passion to help us push this over the finish line.